Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the BMW X5 M60. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the BMW of Murray, Utah for giving me some time with this X5. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below, so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a twin-turbo 4.4-liter V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy 17 around town and then 22 on the highway, with power outputs being a whopping 523 horsepower and then 553 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go to the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Starting off with the hood, I did try to wash this beforehand, but my car washing skills still suck. They'll improve over time. Anyways, you guys can see distinctive body lines on either side, and of course the BMW logo. And then popping down below, you guys can see we've got the new style of headlights for the X5. We have an M badge here on the front, which isn't going to confuse anyone. And then I like how it's satin for the grille. That's really cool. And then we do have a bunch of parking sensors there at the bottom. And putting it all together, I really do like the new front end style here for the X5. It looks really good. Coming on the side here, our tire wheel setup is 275, 35, 22 in the front, and then 315, 30, 22 in the rear. And then you guys can see with the wheel design, you've got this silver there on the top. Notice that's black in the center. Of course, got another M logo, and you got the giant red brake calipers. Now I've got these nice body painted fender flares. Then you guys can see the venting there on the side. And then notice how the mirror caps and the door handles and all the window trim is all blacked out. And then here's your full side view with the X5. Again, it has a pretty sinister look because everything's all blacked out. So here's a key fob. We have our lock function that also doubles as the remote start. We've got our unlock, and then you guys can see the opening here for the hatch. And yeah, pretty cool look, but we'll pop it open. Now, popping inside of the X5, you guys can see we've got a cargo cover built in from the factory. Of course, you got the X logos here on either side. And when it comes to overall storage space, it's really practical, and that's one of the big things that's nice about the X5. And then, of course, we also have the tailgate set up here in the back. So you got this little section that you can have up or down. So that also adds to the practicality. Now we've got BMW's new style of tail lights here, and then of course the M60i badge, and then you guys can see the rest of the badges. And then we've got some parking sensors here at the bottom. Look at this diffuser setup with the receiver hitch, and then you've got the covers over the exhaust tips. You guys can actually see the exhaust tips, maybe if the camera will focus, there on the inside. Putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the overall style here with the new X5. Now, before we move on to the next feature, we need to talk about today's video sponsor, Morgan & Morgan. Now, believe it or not, the modern world is actually a pretty treacherous place. Every single time you go out for a drive, there's a chance that you could get into an accident. You could be walking in front of a business, they could have something on the ground, and you could slip and fall and hurt yourself. And on top of that, you could just be doing your job, right? Like you always do, and something could happen and you could sustain a major injury. This is a topic that's very important to me personally because I drive about 40,000 miles per year for the channel, and so there are a lot of situations that I'm put in on a day-to-day basis where accidents almost happen. Now, knock on wood, nothing's happened for years, but there's always the chance that something could happen. And this is where Morgan & Morgan comes into play. They are America's largest injury law firm with over 100 offices, over 800 lawyers, and over 4,000 case staff that are all ready to help you out. And one of the best parts about working with Morgan & Morgan is that things like the negotiations, the court hearings, and the research associated with putting together a case are all free unless you win. And so if you're involved in some kind of personal accident, whether it be a car accident, a slip and fall accident, or an accident at the workplace, then you might want to get help from Morgan & Morgan. And on a little bit of a side note, don't feel bad about hiring an attorney. Remember that you're suing the insurance company that is worth billions upon billions of dollars. They can more than pay for the compensation that you deserve. So if you are injured in an accident, then you can check out Morgan & Morgan at www.forthepeople.com/Ben Hardy, or you can give them a call at #529. That is pound law. Again, www.forthepeople.com/Ben Hardy or pound law. Now, taking a look at the door panel here in the back, you guys can see that we've got the sunshade here, and then look at the leather trim. That looks really cool. And then you got the ambient lighting as well, speaker for the Bowers and Wilkins sound system, and then you got some carbon fiber. And then taking a look at the seat, you guys can see here with all of the leather trim, really nice design. Now legroom here in the back is actually really good. We've got a little storage pocket here. You've got this for some USB action. We've got some vent action here in the back as well. And then you guys can see we've got our own climate zone here in the back for either passenger. Heated seats as well, some more USBs down below. And of course, we have our whole cup holder armrest set up here in the back too. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see with the trim just as nice as we have in the back. Getting more of that ambient lighting. All of our window controls here. We've got our mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in. You've got your memory seat function. We also have massaging seats with this as well. And then you've got blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. Now here is the front seat. You guys can see perforated all down the center portion. Power adjustments. You also have the bolster adjustments. M60i right there. You got the pedals down below, which look really cool. Light control action here. The steering wheel adjustment as well. And then look at like the vent and everything. That's pretty sweet. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see really nice leather trim all around. You got an M logo here at the bottom. Paddle shifters in the back for the 8-speed automatic transmission. We've got stuff like our cruise control, you've got your volume controls, all that kind of stuff on the steering wheel as well. And then you can see the regular stocks there on the back. So sorry if the camera kind of unfocuses during this shot. It is absolutely struggling today, but you guys can see full digital gauge cluster here. And then we also have some different drive modes that'll kind of change the look. So look, that's sport. And then you've got the comfort mode, and then you have the Eco Pro mode as well. But I think my favorite's sport. I mean, look how aggressive that looks. But overall, really cool gauge cluster, has all the information you need, like, you know, your fuel range, for example. And then in reverse, we do have a 360 camera. So we've got a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. You got that bird's eye view as well. And on top of that, we obviously have like the parking assist. So yeah, great system overall. Now, as for the rest of the infotainment system, this is BMW's newer unit. Response time with the screens, really good. I mean, it responds very quickly. As you can see, you've got the menu that has a lot of stuff built into it. But overall, I'd say I like it, and I also like the fact that the climate stuff is always accessible. So I got this carbon fiber here on the dash, and then you guys can see the leather trim there at the top, and then you've got that goes to the M logo. It's pretty fun. And then you got some analog controls for the climate, the radio as well in this little area right here, and then more carbon fiber trim. And then we've got our wireless phone charging pad and then some storage space. And then we've got some cup holder action as well. Now in this area, we've got a bunch of carbon fiber. We have this that controls the infotainment system if you don't want to use the touchscreen. Crystal shifter right there. You've got your park, and then you have your parking brake behind that. And then your auto hold, hail descent control, and then your drive modes, engine stop start, parking sensors, stability control. And then behind this, we've got the center console. Good storage space. Nice leather trim all over. Very tight with the fit and finish, by the way. And then you guys can see with the glove box here. Really nice. And it is soft touch on the outside. Now, it's probably not going to show up in camera very well, but we have this nice premium headliner with this, and then we have a full panoramic sunroof as well. So here's our window sticker for this X5. You guys can see base MSRP is $89,300, and well, let's just say this one has quite a few options added to it. After all options on this particular one, total MSRP is $110,275. And with that being said, let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood, and hopefully you can now see the heads-up display. Both the mirrors do blind spot monitoring, and throughout the rest of the rear. And I almost forgot the different shifter. Let us set off in this M60i. I'm really excited to review this because this is the package that a lot of people go for with the X5, because you get more power, like similar to like the X5M, but it's not as expensive as an X5M, and it's supposed to be more luxurious, like a regular X5. And let's try to find that out in today's video. Let me see if I can turn this down, because I feel like the climate controls are going to be extra loud. It's going to get in the way of the audio. Okay, there we go. Fan speed very low, so we should be good. I'm going to be hot because today it is... Let's see, it says it's 75 degrees outside. There's no way it is 75 degrees outside. It's supposed to be like over 100 right now. So that is very inaccurate. Anyways, other than the thermostat being inaccurate, let's get up and move. Yeah, really smooth overall with the power band. And the suspension's very comfortable in this car. That's one of the things, the biggest differentiating factors between the M60 and the the X5M. This is more daily drivable. The X5M is more sport SUV, and so the suspension is definitely harsher with that. Yeah, this is very, like, going over the bumps and everything, you can definitely tell this is it's a sportier SUV. It doesn't hide that. But with that being said, it's definitely more on the comfort side of things. Like going over bumps and everything, the absorption and all of that, it's really good. So we got it in the Sport Plus setting. Yeah, it's got some power. That twin turbo V8 is such a monster of an engine. It just has so much power, so much torque, and the transmission is just so snappy. It is, man, it is such a fun experience. And I just realized I'm not getting a massage when I could be getting a massage. That's the other part about this is cool. It's got massaging seats. I mean, really, what more could you ask for? And this leads us into summing things up here for our X5 M60i review. First off, I like the exterior. I love this like blacked out look. It's so cool. And when it comes to the performance, oh, when it gargles out of the exhaust too, it's fantastic. I feel like this just mixes the best of sport and comfort just amazingly well. Like I said, it's super comfortable, it's super fast, and I think that there's a reason why this is the X5, or this is just the series of BMW that everyone wants. Everyone wants the M Sport vehicles. The M cars are really cool, don't get me wrong, but the M Sport, with the luxury and the sportiness that it mixes together, it leads to a really good package. So let me know what you guys think about this. I haven't reviewed the new X5M yet. Once I have a chance, I will, but I did review an X6M, which is the same thing as this, just with a different sloped design. And so I guess with that in mind, I think this is the sweet spot. I think the X5M is really cool, but yeah, let me know what you guys think.